Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Apartment gunfights. Right now, Raleigh police are investigating an apartment building where there was a resident and a suspect shooting at one another. What we are learning from that scene on Gorman Street.
And so far, looking from our tall tower camera over Garner, you can see some light rain right on the Wake and Johnston County line. It's scattered. I'll show you how to plan around it coming up.
And it's Memorial Day. Today, there are opportunities across our area to honor fallen heroes. We'll share details of events in your community.
And making history, the Holly Springs Salamanders boast the first woman to start a game and get a hit in a Coastal Plain League game. How Alexia George is connecting with fans and reacting to her impressive milestone. Really is impressive when you think about it. We've got her full story and much more to do here on our Memorial Day Monday. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu, and today is the unofficial start of summer, but it certainly does not feel like it. In fact, it's like we've reverted to fall. Chris Michaels with our cool temperatures and also some rain moving through.
Yeah, not exactly a pool day, right? But we do have some of that rain that you were mentioning on Dual Doppler 5000. Some of the heaviest is just south of Clinton and Sampson County and really skirting the southern tip of Wayne County. Aside from that, you notice just how light, how scattered it is. In fact, there's our tall tower camera in Garner right on the Johnston County line, and you see it picking up on some of those very light rain showers. We see that in North Wake County and moving into portions of Durham, Chatham, and Orange counties this morning. So our peak of rain coverage is really between now and about 9 o'clock in the morning. From then on, it's really 20 to 40% of the area seeing some rain. But another big story today is what Renee and Jeff were just talking about. Shout out to late October. That's what it's going to feel like. Temperatures 13 to 15 degrees below average. I'll show you what it takes to break through this gloomy kind of pattern that we're starting out with coming up.
Chris, thank you. Right now, Raleigh police are investigating after two people shot at each other at a Raleigh apartment. This happened just an hour ago. WRAL's Ali Kadlubar is live there on the scene on Gorman Street. And Ali, so far, the suspected shooter is still at large.
Yes, exactly right, Renee. We can see just in the past 30 minutes, we've seen police roll out the caution tape. A few more officers arrive. We've also seen officers come in and out of that entrance there, shining a flashlight, looking for possibly shell casings. As we know, Raleigh police say that this all happened around 5 a.m. This is at the Woodall Apartments. Take a look at this video from our WRAL breaking news tracker. A suspect started shooting at the apartments. A tenant started shooting back. Luckily, no one was hit. Police are still looking for the suspect, as you mentioned, and luckily there's no danger to the public at this time. Of course, we're still working to learn who was involved in this shooting, as well as what caused the suspect to shoot at this apartment complex at 5 a.m. this morning. Reporting in Raleigh, Ali Kadlubar, WRAL News.
More breaking news. 3 homes and a car in Raleigh are damaged after police say someone shot into them. This happened on McGuire Drive off Perry Creek Road. The WRAL breaking news tracker was on the scene around 11 last night. Police say nobody was hurt. They did charge one person for shooting inside city limits.
Also new this morning, a 5-car crash slowed early morning traffic on I-40. This video from the WRAL breaking news tracker shows that scene near Rock Quarry Road as police investigated. We know it all started with a car stopped in the road. That caused a chain reaction of crashes. Raleigh police say there were people hurt in this crash. We are working to learn more about their injuries.
A man is in jail without bond after Rocky Mount police say he assaulted 2 officers. Police tell us officers on Cokie Road saw Herman Dickens assaulting a woman in a front yard Saturday night. Police say as officers intervened, Dickens hit both of them in the head. He then ran into the home where police say he shot himself in the foot. Dickens then came out and surrendered to officers. One of the officers received treatment at a hospital. Dickens was treated and released. His charges include 2 counts of assault on a law enforcement officer and assault on a female.
Authorities say they have identified a suspect in a shooting in Dudley. Wayne County deputies say they were called to Durham Lake Road Saturday night. That's where they found Billy Hardy Jr. He had been shot several times and died at that scene.
The city of Raleigh's summer pools are now open under modified hours. For now, the pools will be closed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They will be open every day starting on June 16th. Staffing shortages are plaguing community pools. The city has issued a code yellow for pools, meaning there may be limited capacities, reduced hours, or reduced amenities. The city of Raleigh is hiring lifeguards. You must be at least 15 to apply.
Fayetteville's city-owned pools are opening today for the unofficial start to summer. The city's 4 pools will be open from 10 to 6 on Tuesdays through Saturdays and 1 to 6 on Sundays. Pools are typically closed on Mondays, but they are open Memorial Day and Labor Day. The city's 14 splash pads also open for the season May 1st.
A reminder that banks and government offices will be closed today in observation of Memorial Day. There will be no trading on Wall Street. No mail will be delivered from the U.S. Postal Service today. Costco is also closed, but most other major retailers will be open today.
On this Memorial Day, people are gathering across the area to remember fallen service members. In Johnston County, the Rotary Clubs held a ceremony honoring heroes. They raised more than 1,500 flags, sponsored by community members.
I think it's great, and it teaches me what Memorial Day really means and other stuff, and it's cool.
Yeah, money raised by the Flags for Heroes display goes towards scholarships, Rotary Club service projects, and supports local nonprofits and small businesses. You can visit the display at the UNC Hospital on Veterans Parkway in Clayton through June 21st.
In Garner, the community will honor those who've died while serving our country. Starting at 9:30 this morning, a service will be held at the Garner Veterans Memorial at Lake Benson Park. Guided tours of the Veterans Memorial will be conducted before and after the event.
And the American Legion Post 67 in Cary will be hosting an event in honor of Memorial Day. The event's being held at Hillcrest Cemetery. It's scheduled to get started at 10 a.m. The American Legion says this will be an opportunity to honor those who protected our freedom. Attendees are encouraged to bring their own lawn chairs.
Memorial Day is all about remembering those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. There are even more events honoring fallen service members happening in our area today. We have a full list on our website, WRAL.com. Just search Memorial Day.
Holly Springs Salamanders are making history with a new addition to their roster. Alexia George is the first woman to start and hit in the Coastal Plain League. WRAL's Laura Levine is at Ting Stadium, home of the Salamanders, with a look at Alexia's debut. Laura, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. There's nothing like catching a good baseball game on Memorial Day, and collegiate summer baseball is in full swing here at Ting Stadium. Beyond these gates, we're also talking about a history-making swing for Alexia George. Excitement is buzzing around the Triangle as Alexia George of the Holly Springs Salamanders becomes the first female player in the Coastal Plain League. You can see as hundreds of fans cheered her on this weekend when she made her debut. She's a senior catcher at St. Elizabeth University, and before playing there, she was the youngest player on the gold medal winning U.S. baseball women's national team. She began loving the sport as a little girl playing t-ball with her brother. The CPL says she's now shattering glass ceilings, and George hopes to continue paving the way for others.
They told me I can't do it. They told me that I was never good enough. They told me that I'll never beat a guy out for a spot, or, everything you can think of, they've said it to me. And, I just took that personal and put me in a pretty good position, right? So it shows you that your haters can be your biggest advocates.
Oh, yes. And her mom tells us that she dreams of becoming a professional baseball player. She's on track for that. Here at Ting Stadium, you can pick up some tickets for tonight's game here at the box office or online. They're only $12. The Holly Springs Salamanders will be playing the Catawba Valley Stars at 5:05 p.m. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Holly Springs.
It's now or never for the Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final. They must win tonight in Florida in Game 4, or else their season is over. The Canes are down 3-0 in the series after a 6-2 loss in Florida on Saturday. Only 4 teams in NHL history have ever come back from a 3-0 series deficit. The Canes will need to win tonight to avoid the sweep if they have any hope of becoming the 5th team to do it. Puck drop is tonight at 8. After the game, we have expert analysis and exclusive insights. No one covers the Canes like WRAL. Watch Canes exclusive postgame live tonight at 11:25.
6:11 on your Monday morning. Still ahead, Highway Inferno. A collision between a fuel tanker and a city bus caused major disruptions in Florida. We'll have the latest details on this fiery crash.
And still on the run. Authorities are still looking for 5 escaped convicts from Louisiana as they arrest people they say helped get them out. We'll have the latest on this new round of charges. Chris.
And guys, this morning starting out, you look off toward the south, all those nasty storms are mostly going to stay there, but we have some light, sporadic, almost nuisance showers of our own. We'll help you plan around the commutes for the next few days coming up in just a bit.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
.6:15, it's a damp start in Chapel Hill, courtesy of our Top of the Hill restaurant there. The rain falling ever so lightly, just enough to get the windshield wiper going in the southern part of Orange County and around Carrboro. It's also the case just around Durham and right around Wade Avenue and the Beltline there in North Wade County, Pittsboro, and also around Jordan Lake, dealing with some of that light rain that's going to try and move closer to Harris Lake. Not the greatest lake day, I'll be honest with you. Temperatures today, it's just kind of steady. We'll be in the mid-to-upper 60s, caught under that gloomy gray sky, and occasionally you see some of those sporadic showers, but those turn a little more widespread heading into Tuesdays. We start to see more moisture going over that layer of cool air that we're dealing with. I'll show you how to plan for the next few commutes, how much rain you can expect this week coming up in a bit.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I cannot find my life.
We'll check in with Michelle McConaughey in just a moment. President Donald Trump is ramping up his criticism of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russia launched a massive aerial assault on Ukraine over the weekend that hit targets in Kyiv and other cities around the country. On Sunday night, the president lashed out at Putin on social media. He said Putin has gone absolutely crazy. The president went on to say he's always had a good relationship with Putin, but something has happened to him. Trump criticized Russia's recent attack, saying the missiles and drones are hitting cities in Ukraine for no reason.
New arrests have been made as more people are accused of helping the escaped inmates from a New Orleans jail. The manhunt to capture 5 remaining escaped inmates continues, and over the weekend, 4 people were arrested in connection with the search. Among them, 27-year-old Tyshania Randolph and 18-year-old Patricia Van Buren are charged with accessory after the fact. Both are being held on a $1 million bond, and since the escape, 12 others have been arrested. All are accused of helping the men who broke out.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center following some breaking news in India. A cargo ship with hazardous material has sunk off the coast of southern India right into the Arabian Sea. Take a look at this cargo ship. Officials asked fishermen not to go near the site of the accident. 24 crew members were rescued. You can see them here in the safety boat. The vessel went down with 640 containers, including 13 with an unspecified hazardous cargo. It also had diesel and furnace oil in its tanks. The Indian Coast Guard has sent an aircraft with an oil spill detection system to survey that area. Pollution control also at the site of that accident right now.
Michelle, thanks. An inferno on the highway. Look at this. After a fuel tanker crashed into a city bus on Florida's Interstate 595. Traffic shut down for hours as firefighters sprayed water and repellent in a race to contain the flames. Views from above showing the aftermath there. A charred tanker and that bus seen smoldering. You could see the smoke for miles. One person was taken to the hospital. The investigation into this crash still underway this morning.
A tornado shelter in Arlington, Tennessee was damaged as storms moved through that area yesterday. There was damage to the top layer of the roof of the safe room. Officials say there was no damage inside the building. Nobody was hurt. The town says the roof was damaged there. It was for aesthetic purposes, and the shelter is still protected. A class of middle school students in Asheville is giving back to the community, restoring local parks after Hurricane Helene. Multiple recreation spots are back just in time for the summer. It took nearly 8 months to make sure the parks were safe after Helene. Marin Leroy's middle school students made a visit to Gene Webb Park Friday for more than just a lesson.
So the students have made all of these seed bombs with native wild meadow seeds. They're annual wildflowers, but they will reseed in a perennial fashion.
And neighbors say they are happy to see the environment coming back after the storm, with a little help as well. We'll get there. Now, Elizabeth Carter has a day off. Chris Michaels is over in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. We keep seeing this radar. We keep seeing some raindrops on some of our cameras.
Exactly. Yeah, keeping an eye on the cameras. The traffic sensors, I'm not noticing any kind of big delays or anything traffic-wise, but you do see I-95, I-40, just some very light, fine rain. It's just enough to get the windshield wipers going, but they're not going to be going rapid speed, okay? No downpours out there right now. And this is what I expect for the next 3 hours or so, is to see those sporadic light rain showers before a little break in the action. And then eventually a little bit of what's left over from this system comes in for Tuesday, but it's not going to be nearly as electric as it is in parts of Texas and Louisiana. So all part of our next weather maker. You see that front that's splitting the storminess from just the nuisance rain, and that's going to be the trend as we go throughout the day today. Beyond midday, we'll see a break in the action, about 20 to 30% of the area seeing rain this afternoon. And then after 6 or 7 p.m., we'll bring those odds up a little bit, especially south of I-40. But as moisture starts to run over this cool and gray layer of air we've got, we'll see more rain moving in after about 6 or 7 a.m. tomorrow. And this is where it turns a little more off and on, and where 80 to 90% of the area sees rain. Then we see more scattered storms building in as we head into tomorrow evening. In terms of rain totals, most of what we see Tuesday and Wednesday, outside of that, you're really just relying on scattered storms. Thursday and Friday, that's when we're muggiest, but then the humidity drops off just in time for the weekend. Live look at RDU. Doesn't look like we should have any major delays here weather-wise, but check in with your flight if you're heading out. A little bit of rain at the airport, and temperatures currently in the 60s. That's where they're going to be all day today and all day tomorrow. By Wednesday afternoon, 70s with scattered storms. We'll hold on to the chance for hit or miss storms Thursday and Friday before things turn warmer and a little bit drier for the weekend, with highs by then in the low to mid 80s.
Chris, thank you. Still ahead, 5 years later, communities across the country are honoring the memory of George Floyd after he was murdered by a former Minneapolis police officer. How people are remembering him and the work his family is doing to push for police reform in Raleigh.
Also honoring fallen heroes, how communities across our viewing area are remembering our nation's veterans on this Memorial Day.
And ahead on today, from mattresses to homewares to summer clothing and beach needs, the best ways to navigate the impact of tariffs without breaking the bank.
We also have a look at your winning NC Education lottery numbers on your screen right now. We're back with what's trending.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
A heartwarming tribute on the ice.
And a celebrity wedding last night. Time now for a look at what is trending. Demi Lovato said "I do" last night. The former Disney star was married to fellow musician Jordan Lutz. We don't have any photos from the wedding just yet, but they did, when they announced their engagement on Valentine's Day, give us these old Hollywood-style photos during the shoot. So not from the wedding, but they look like they might be.
Yeah, that engagement dress, stunning though. She did an exclusive interview with Vogue about wearing Vivienne Westwood there. The couple met in the studio in January of 2022. They were working together on music for Demi's album that's coming out.
And Team USA hockey honoring Johnny Gaudreau, Renee.
Yeah, after the team won the gold medal in the World Championships, Gaudreau was a former Team USA player, and they made sure to dedicate that jersey and dedicate that championship to him.
Yeah, and just hold it up and remember him. He played for Team at the World Championships 5 times, including just last year before the incident that was widely reported. He died in August when a suspected drunk driver hit him and his brother while they were riding their bikes out. Terribly tragic story for that.
What an accomplishment for the team and a beautiful tribute there.
Happening today, NC State grad Abby Lampy will try to defend her title as Women's Cheese Rolling Champion of the World. She will be rolling down the hill again at England's Cooper's Hill. It's all in pursuit of that wheel of cheese rolling ahead of them. Lampy won this unusual competition in 2022 and then won it again last year. She's the only American to ever win the title twice, bringing global recognition to the event and to NC State as well. We have to be honest here.
She might be one of NC State's most famous alums after this. You know, she saw this competition on YouTube and was like, I want to try that. And there she goes, somersaulting down a hill just for the cheese.
Yeah, well, trying it is one
honors.
thing, but
yeah.
going back and doing it again, you know, that's a totally different thing. And she's
repeat champion.
She's got to be a marked competitor over there. She's the only American to win it twice, so the locals, they know what to watch out for.
And she trains for this. I mean, she practices those rolls down a hill.
Dick's Park.
She's practiced at Dick's Park before, so you know, it's intense.
I wonder if Chris Michaels would do that.
No.
Give it a shot?
No, I'm in my 30s now. My back hurts when I wake up. It ain't happening.
Okay.
But good for Abby, right? Unsettled weather pattern, and if you're going to be doing your practicing, you might be doing it in some mud later this week. We'll show you the wettest days and how much rain we expect between now and Friday coming up in the next half hour.
Making history. The Holly Springs Salamanders' Alexia George became the first woman to start in a Coastal Plain League game. We'll talk about her big debut.
And student cell phones. Wake School's leaders will work to iron out some issues with their provisional cell phone policy. The items like smartwatches that need a little extra attention within those rules.